Hi there. Well, the other day when I was sorting through some books that I'm getting rid of to the charity shops, I don't know who they belong to, paperbacks and whatnot, but they've got to go. I've got to have some more shelf space. And I came across this magazine, a celebration of the life of Muhammad Ali, 1942 to 2016. Champion fighter, winner, legend, father, poet and hero. Now, I don't know where this came from because I didn't buy it, and I can't imagine anybody else in the house that's bought this. But it's really interesting to look at. Now, my first memories of Cassius Clay, as he was in those days, was fights on the radio. They were broadcast on the radio, and I think Eamon Andrews was doing the commentary on the BBC in England at that time, and my mother always liked to listen to this. Now, this was the various times when he was fighting Henry Cooper, and then of course we watched it on television, etc. So for some reason or other, my mother got pulled into this thing of, she wanted Henry Cooper to win, and she wanted Clay as he was then. I'm loath to use that name, but that's what he was called then. She wanted him to have a whooping and all this anyway. Later on, she saw it for what it is. It's just showmanship anyway. I got into watching a lot of boxing before I was married. I used to follow it quite avidly, and then I started seeing some of the evidence and reading about the evidence of injuries that fighters have had long term. Muhammad Ali ended up in quite a bad way, and he probably should have stopped fighting long before now, whether that was money troubles or whichever anyway. But towards the end of his life, he seems to be in a pitiful state for such a brilliant athlete who'd given people so much entertainment one way or another. And I remember seeing him on Parkinson, various other shows, very entertaining when he was speaking. This magazine, though, it's £4.99 apparently. I don't know anyone in this house that would have bought this. But it really is amazing. That photograph is the famous photograph. Now, I think that's Sonny Liston that he's floored there. I think it's Liston, I might be wrong. It covers all of his fights. That's a lovely photograph. I'm laughing. It says, Cassius Clay is a happy young man in his dressing room after knocking out Archie Moore in the exact round he predicted. He would in the fourth at Los Angeles, 17th of November 1962. It's absolutely full of photographs. Muhammad Ali, the legacy. Incredible, this. Bring back a lot of memories, this. Ali throws a punch at George Foreman, no longer with us, in their heavyweight championship fight in Kinshasa, Zaire. Ali won and got back his title. Amazing pictures. And it must have been a one-off. Donate a phone, save a life, be a hero. He was very generous, gave away millions and millions. Anyway, it doesn't even say a date when this came out, but still, it's a nice thing to have, and it's interesting to have a read of. And it's, of course, it must be a few years old now because it's quite glossy. And as we know, a lot of magazines now, they're using recycled paper, and they're not. I don't find them so nice to handle. I prefer the glossier ones, but of course, it'll probably be better for the environment having the recycled paper ones. But there you are. So £4.99 whenever it was that came out. Okay, maybe you're a fight fan, or you've followed you know, a lot of Muhammad Ali's fights. Let me know anyway, and I look forward to your comments, and I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, you know what to do. Bye for now. Take care. Have a great day.